ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapreshthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshetarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vyāsadeva Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So we are completing chapter 4 from Canto 1 today, and we read so far. This chapter is titled The Appearance of Śrī Nārada. But in the beginning, so many questions are being asked by the sages of Naimisharanya. We have discussed all those. They are asking about how Bhagavatam came into being, how Vyasadeva got inspired to compile Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and how was Sūta Gosvāmī received when he entered Hastinapur, because he was a Gyani and self-realized, so he didn't care for any clothing or anything. And also they were asking many questions about Maharaj Parikshit, that he was such a great emperor and his whole kingdom was doing so well, then why did he sit at the bank of Ganges until death? So many questions. I'm just summarizing and paraphrasing. So, so first of all, since they are asking about Śrīla Vyāsadeva, how Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam was compiled and how Vyasadeva felt inspired, so that story has started. So we read so far that Vyasadeva divided the one Veda into four because he knew that the upcoming time is going to be very difficult for people. Their values are degrading and they are spiritually not so inclined. Their intellect is also not so developed to pursue spiritual subject matters. So he knew, so he to make it simple, one Veda were divided into four, and also he wrote Puranas and Itihasas like Mahabharata, Ramayana, all those things, and they became the fifth Veda. So they mostly contain stories and other things. So that was for those people who cannot, who are not inclined or who cannot do the systematic or analytical study of the Shastras or scriptures. So story based. So and he gave all these four Vedas to four students of his, and they further gave this knowledge to their disciples, grand disciples, and great grand disciples. So therefore we see that there are so many branches of religion in all over the world. So everything came from one Veda. Okay, and all the religions in the world or branches of the religion are sprouting from that one source. Because why? Because these professors, four professors, gave it to their disciples, they gave to their disciples, and that way the this like multi-level marketing, so this has kept increasing, and then it reached the whole world. And then he also wrote Mahabharat. So until this point, I mean, he has done so much thorough work, but still his mind was not satisfied. So one time he took ablutions, and he offered arghya, or what you call, right, that offering into the Ganges. So he did that, his morning activities, and then he was reflecting, and he felt very despondent. So that's where we are. And text 30 said, I am feeling incomplete, though I myself am fully equipped with everything required by the Vedas. So this is worth noting that he has thorough knowledge of all the Vedas, right? What else you can do in this world, right? You can study the Vedas, but still he is not feeling complete. So do we go through such feelings sometimes, void, or there is everything is there, right, but there is always some complaint, something is pin pricking us. We sometimes we don't even know what is that. Does that happen with anyone, or it's just me?
Yes, it happens, Mataji. I think sometimes
Yeah.
there's like
So,
very empty thought. Yeah.
right, right. Some like different kind of dissatisfaction or something, which is it just causes some kind of insecurity or fear or some kind of worry or something. Uh, can't name that feeling properly, but yeah, it's some kind of void is felt. So now let's see Vyasdev, who has compiled all the Vedas and Mahabharat and whatnot. If he is feeling incomplete, what is the reason and what is the remedy for that? So we can also apply that in our lives. Okay, so let's go to text 31. किं वा भागवता धर्मा न प्रायेण निरूपितः प्रियाः परमहंसानां त एव ह्यच्युत प्रियः. किं वा, or bhagavataः dharmaः, devotional activities of living beings, na not, prayana almost, nirupitah directed, priyah dear, paramahamsanam of the perfect beings, te eva that also, he certainly, achyuta the infallible, priyah attractive. Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead.
The translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
This may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord, which is dear both to beings and to the infallible Lord. The purport. The dissatisfaction which was being felt by Śrīla Vyāsadeva is expressed here in his own words. This was felt for the normal condition of the living being in the devotional service of the Lord. Unless one is fixed in the normal condition of service, neither the Lord nor the living being can become fully satisfied. This defect was felt by him when Narad Muni, his spiritual master, reached him. It is described as follows.
Yeah, so this was very profound, although very small purport, that when this is the potency of a pure devotee. When he comes, because of his influence, we get light, right?
Mm,
That's how I was thinking. And he himself was able to understand that this is maybe because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord specifically. He compiled all the Vedas, but not direct glorification of devotional service of the Lord. And he realized this when Narad Muni appeared there. Okay, 32. तस्येवं खिलमात्मानं मन्यमानस्य खिद्यतः कृष्णस्य नारदो भ्यागादाश्रमं प्रागुदारतं
टीचर कीधु के डायरेक्शन
तस्य.
देने में को बड़ा
He
बोला
is evam thus khilam
जाने दीजिए
inferior, um, Atmanam, soul, manya manasya, thinking within the mind, khidyatah, regretting, Krishnasya, of Kṛṣṇa-dvaipāyana Vyāsa. Narada abhyagat, Narada came here, ashramam, the cottage, prak, before, udharatam, said. Yes. Prabhu, you want to
Translation.
continue? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Translation. As mentioned before, Narada reached the cottage of Kṛṣṇa-dvaipāyana Vyāsa on the banks of the Sarasvatī, just as Vyasadeva was regretting his defects.
Yeah,
Purport.
Krishna is man, he was blackish in complexion. Dvaipayana means he was born on a dweep or a island,
Hmm.
and Vyas, he's named as Vyas because he divided the one Veda into four.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Purport. The vacuum felt by Vyasadeva was not due to his lack of knowledge. Bhagavata Dharma is purely devotional service of the Lord, to which the monist has no access. The monist is not counted amongst the Paramhansas, the perfect of the renounced order of life. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is full of narrations of the transcendental activities of the personality of God. Although Vyasadeva was an empowered divinity, he still felt dissatisfaction because in none of his works were the transcendental activities of the Lord properly explained. The inspiration was infused by Sri Krishna directly in the heart of Vyasadeva, and thus he felt the vacuum as explained above. It is defined, it is definitely expressed herewith that without the transcendental loving service of the Lord, everything is void. But in the transcendental service of the Lord, everything is tangible without any separate attempt at, fruitive work or empiric philosophical speculation.
Yeah. So Prabhupada is establishing here that knowledge is not sufficient. We need devotion in the heart. Monist is who follow the Advaita philosophy. Monist means they say everything is one.
Mono.
Yeah, mono. So that's why they are called as monist. But they are also like gyanis. They study the shastras very scrutinizingly, and they work on the philosophy of matter and spirit, and they try to realize how spirit is separate from matter. And then, but ultimately, what their knowledge culminates into, that everything is one spirit, and we all are going to merge into that, and we all are also God, so we will merge into and it will become just one God. So that's not what Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita. In second chapter we see Krishna says that we all are individual beings, and he tells Arjuna that these kings which you are seeing, they were always been there, they are here present, and they will remain, continue to live. Means he's speaking truly about the soul. And he also told that they are all individuals, so it never happens that we all merge into one unless one desires for that. So Sayujya Mukti is something that one like becomes one with God. But Prabhupada calls it as spiritual suicide, because if you become one with God, then you cannot serve God. And yeah, our spiritual normal position is what in the last verse Prabhupada said, our normal position is of position of service. Otherwise this vacuum will always be realized if we don't offer everything in Krishna's service. Therefore the form that we have the commitment club, so there we have specifically mentioned that how much service we did for specifically to offer to Krishna, right? So we have to do deliberation to think about it, that this I am doing for Krishna, like that. So, and by practice it starts becoming our second nature. So this is very very important. And we have to think that when we also feel that vacuum or pinprick in our heart, it is due to the lack of, devotional service. So this inspiration was infused by Krishna directly in Vyasadev's heart, and it is infused in our hearts also by Krishna, because he wants all the souls to come back to him. He wants to attract everyone toward him, some or the other way.
Mother, just
Yeah.
one question on the name that you explained. So this Kṛṣṇa-dvaipāyana Vyāsa is basically the name of Vyasadeva only, or like
Yeah,
just
it's
okay,
Vyasadev.
because it says
Yes.
cottage of Kṛṣṇa-dvaipāyana so it's basically it's cottage of Vyasadeva only is what they are
Yes,
trying.
yes, yes. Yeah. He was called as Kṛṣṇa-dvaipāyana also. So I was explaining that
Okay,
he was blackish in color, and he was born on an island. That's
that
why, yeah, he was called as Kṛṣṇa-dvaipāyana Vyāsa.
thank you, Mataji. Yeah, just
Yeah. Hmm.
to
Yeah,
be
that was just a like a added thing, characteristics to his name. Okay, so let's read this one, 1433. Tamabhignaya sahasa pratyuthyayaagatam munihi pujayamasa vidhivan naradam surapujitam. Tam abhignaya, seeing the good fortune of his Narada's arrival, sahasa, all of a sudden, pratyuthaya, getting up, agatam, arrived at Munihi Vyasdev, pujayam asa, worship vidhivat, with the same respect as offered to Vidhi or Brahma. Naradam, to Narada, Surapujitam, worshipped by the demigods. Okay, let's read this.
translation. At the auspicious arrival of Śrī Nārada, Śrī Vyāsadeva got up respectfully and worshipped him, giving him veneration equal to that given to Brahmājī, the creator. Purport. Vidhi means Brahma, the first created living being. He is the original student as well as professor of the Vedas. He learned it from Sri Krishna and taught Narada first. So Narada is the second Acharya in the line of the spiritual disciple succession. He is representative of Brahma, and therefore he is respected exactly like Brahma, the father of all Vidhis, regulations. Similarly, all other successive disciples in the chain are also equally respected as representatives of the original spiritual master. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purports of the first canto, fourth chapter of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the appearance of the Śrī Nārada.
Mm,
Correct.
yeah. So, this is a beautiful verse where we understand how should we respect the acharyas or their disciples, because um, Vidhi means Brahma, or he is the father of all regulative principles, and he is the first learner of Veda, because Krishna directly gave Vedas in Lord Brahma's heart. So Lord Brahma spoke those to Narada. So then Narad became the second Acharya. So it's not, everything is not in chronological order, but definitely Vyasadev uh, compiled all the Vedas. Compilation is different, and hearing it from Krishna directly is different. So Brahmājī is, respected or revered like that, because he's the first learner of Vedas, and he is also the first teacher of Vedas. So he learned from Krishna, and he taught it to Narada Muni. So, similarly, all successive disciples in the chain are also equally respected. So, whoever is the representative of spiritual master, they should be respected as though their representatives. So, same way they should be respected. So, this is also teaching us these values. Okay, so let's move to chapter 5. Narada's instructions on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam for Vyāsadeva. So now Narad Muni has entered the scene, and he will instruct. So we can also learn this, that when we feel a negative emotion, sadness, or anything in our heart, the best way is to go to a guru, okay, and learn from him. So when guru is teaching us, few years, then a disciple starts settling down in that devotional service, and the knowledge that the spiritual master is giving, that why we should do devotional service. So slowly his inquiries also get satisfied, and he is happy, blissful in his spiritual life, performing devotional service. So like that, then guru also doesn't have to too much maintain this disciple, because he has cleared off all his inquiries, and he has settled him in spiritual realization and the devotional service. So that's why the spiritual master then takes up new disciples, and then these senior disciples become their guides in one sense, because they have traveled that path. So like that, this chain continues. So now let's see how Narad Muni is specifying Srila Vyasadeva. 151. Sūta uvacha athatam sukhamasina upasinam bruhatshravah devarshihi praha viprarshim veena panihi smayanniva. Sūta uvacha said, atha therefore, tam him, sukham asina, comfortably seated, upasinam, unto one sitting nearby, brahat shravah, greatly respected, Devarshi, the great rishi among the gods, praha, said, viprarshim, unto the rishi among the brāhmaṇas. Veena pani, one who carries a veena in his hand, smayan iva, apparently smiling. Yeah, let's continue.
Translation. Sūta Gosvāmī said, thus the sage amongst the gods, Narada, comfortably seated and apparently smiling, addressed the rishi amongst the Brahmans.
Yeah, so there is Ra as in Ram, and then there is a Ra in Rishi, sages,
Rishi,
right? So
yeah.
that Ra is this when a dot comes under R. And Sha means one is Shakkar Sha, and then there is Shatkon Sha. So when there is a dot under S, that is Shatkon Sha. So Rishi among the Brahmanas. Yeah.
Thanks for giving some Sanskrit reading.
Yeah, that is Srila Prabhupada's. He gives us, yes.
Amongst the Brahmanas, Vedavyāsa. Purport. Narada was smiling because he well knew the great sage Vedavyāsa and the cause of his disappointment. As he will explain gradually, Vyasadeva's disappointment was due to the insufficiency in presenting the science of devotional service. Narada knew the defect, and it was confirmed by the position of Vyasa.
Yeah. So see, Vyasadeva is although incarnation of Krishna himself, but they accept this kind of weaknesses to show by their example to all the generations, that when you feel such insufficiency, then you have to, look inside your heart, that what is happening, and it is all mostly due to lack of devotional service. 2. नारद उवाच पाराशर्य महाभाग भवतः कच्चिदात्मना परितुष्यति शारीर आत्मा मानस एव वा. Narada Uvacha said, Parāśarya, O son of Parāśara, Mahabhaga, the greatly fortunate, Bhavataha, your Kachit, if it is, Atmana, by the self-realization of Paritushyati, does it satisfy, Shariraha, identifying the body, Atma, self, Manasaha, identifying the mind, Eva, certainly, Va, and end. Yes.
Translation. Addressing Vyasadeva, the son of Parāśara, Narada inquired, are you satisfied by identifying with the body or the mind as objects of self-realization? Purport. This was a hint by Narada to Vyasadeva regarding the cause of his despondency. Vyasadeva, as the descendant of the Parāśara, a great powerful sage, had the privilege of having a great
Parentage.
parentage, which should not have given Vyasadeva cause for despondency. Being a great son of great father, he should not have identified the self with the body or the mind. Ordinary men with a poor fund of knowledge can identify the body as well as self or the mind as self, but Vyasadeva should not have done so. One cannot be cheerful by nature unless one is factually sealed in self realization, which is transcendental to the material body and mind.
Hmm. So, as long as one identifies with body or the mind, he is not satisfied. And once one understands his real position as the spirit soul, eternal servant of Krishna, then no matter what kind of calamities, miseries are coming, he is situated in that position. But that is a matter of self realization. So, is Vyasdev identifying with body and mind? No. But we will see in the further verses that the Vedic knowledge, it hinted in such a way that you do this, so you will get this, you do this ritual, so you will get this. So, all those things are mainly meant for temporary satisfaction of either body or the mind, right? Whatever he gave in the Vedas, but that will be revealed in these upcoming verses. So maybe we'll do just one more verse and stop. 153. Jignasitam susampannapi me mahadadbhutam krutavan bharatam yastvam sarvartha paribrumhitam. Jignasitam, fully inquired, susampannam, well versed, api, in spite of, te, your, mahadbhutam, great and wonderful, kratavan, prepared, bharatam, the Mahabharat, yahatvam, what you have done, sarva artha, including all sequences, pari, brahmhitam, elaborately explained. Yes.
Translation. Your inquiries were full and your studies were also well fulfilled. And there is no doubt that you have prepared a great and wonderful work, the Mahabharata, which is full of kinds of Vedic sequences elaborately explained.
All kinds of.
All kinds of Vedic sequences. All kinds of Vedic sequences elaborately explained. Purport. The despondency of Vyasadeva was certainly not due to his lack of sufficient knowledge, because as a student, he has fully inquired about the Vedic literatures, as a result of which the Mahabharata is compiled with full explanation of the Vedas.
Yeah, so one who is able to explain the Vedas in a very, very simple format, that person himself must be very learned and realized of Vedas. Because one who has realization, he can explain that to even like a very little child also in a very simple way, because he has completely realized that thing. So similarly, Vyasdev had full realization. He had inquired a lot about it, he had deliberated on it, and after that he had compiled everything. And he was able to give that in the story format in Mahabharat. So that means that he had full knowledge about all that. So there was no dearth of knowledge at all. That doesn't mean that Vyasdev was despondent because he was lacking in some knowledge. No, he had complete knowledge. But here is the, uh, they are exemplifying that knowledge is not sufficient for satisfaction, right? So we have seen in this world that many celebrities, they are frustrated with their lives, and they sometimes commit suicide, or sometimes they take shelter in drugs and liquor and so many different things. What is that dissatisfaction? They have everything, right? They have fans, they have money, they have whatever they want, right? And one time, this one person who used to say that, you know, I'm not exactly remembering, but he used to say that you to make friends, you should do this. And he used to teach about that, how to make friends and how to be happy in life. But he himself committed suicide. So many such examples are there. And it's not to, bring them down or something, because we need to have utmost compassion for such people, because who went to the pinnacle of material success, but still they were feeling some kind of void, that they were not satisfied with their life. So that's why Narad Muni is asking Vyasadeva that you have done like all the good work. I mean, you are full of knowledge. Okay, but then what is that it's causing him such a despondency? Okay, so we will finish with this last verse, because I'm thinking that these are really small purports.
Yeah, small and
Uh,
sequential. Yeah.
yeah. So jignasitam adhitam cha brahma natanam tathapi shochasyatmanam krutartha iva prabho. Jignasitam, deliberated fully well, adhitam, the knowledge obtained, cha, and Brahma, the absolute, yat, what, tat, that, sanatanam, eternal, tathapi, in spite of that, shochasi, lamenting, atmanam, unto the self, akrata arthaha, undone, iva, like Prabhu, my dear sir. Yeah.
Translation. You have fully delineated the subject of impersonal Brahman as well as the knowledge derived therefrom. Why should you be despondent in spite of all this, thinking that you are undone, my dear Prabhu? Purport. The Vedanta Sutra or Brahma Sutra, compiled by Śrī Vyāsadeva, is the full deliberation of the impersonal absolute feature, and it is accepted as the most exalted philosophical exposition in the world. It covers the subject of eternity, and the method are scholarly. So there cannot be any doubt about the transcendental scholarship of Vyasadeva. So why should he lament?
Hmm. So now here you see what is the great qualification of Narad Muni. If you will see these verses, let me see if any of you can see that. Of course, I mean, I have also learned that through our teachers, but let's see if you can see that. Yeah. So what he was saying, that are you satisfied identifying with the body or mind as object of self-realization? Your inquiries were full and your studies were also well fulfilled. There is no doubt that you have prepared a great and wonderful work, the Mahabharata, which is full of all kinds of Vedic sequence elaborately explained. You have fully delineated the subject of impersonal Brahman as well as. So, what is Narad Muni doing right now?
He's trying to be his guru and he's like kind of like telling him that you have done a good job actually. So why are
Yes.
you still so problematic? Like what is the
Yes, I mean, he is appreciating him first,
yeah.
right? So this is a very, very important thing to consider. I have heard many times from my Guru Maharaj that when you have to offer room for improvement to anybody, or when you have to offer feedback to anyone, then first of all, you appreciate them for their good work first. Otherwise, many times what happens is we get so infuriated sometimes that we just go and tell that this is what it is, Prabhu. You need to, clean it better next time.
Improved.
So rather, we can say, Prabhu, you are every day cleaning up, every Sunday we see, or whatever. I mean, whatever is the case, this is hypothetical situation I'm taking. You clean every Sunday, and it's really such a nice service that you are doing very regularly. I just wanted to, quickly ask if you can, take that area also, so that, we are fully covered or something like that, and then again offer appreciation. But I really appreciate that how you are so regular in this service or something, so that's what we are learning from Narad Muni, that he is offering appreciation first, appreciation of his work done. But sometimes we have a habit what is not done. first, and that we start pointing out, which is very disappointing, very disheartening, and not encouraging to the other person. It is very discouraging, right? So if we want to offer feedback to our children or family members, friends, relatives, whoever we are talking to, then this is a good rule to follow, that appreciation, 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 feedback, appreciation, appreciation, appreciation. So only one feedback, but 6 appreciations, right? So we learned this from His Holiness Rupa Swami. Okay, so we will stop here and we will see that what happens next. So it is very interesting. Yes, Prabhu. Any comment or
Just
any?
one thing, Mataji, I mean, it's basically, I think a doubt only, but in one of the in one of the purport, like Narada Muni is saying that you have put all the Vedic instructions in Mahabharata. So basically, is he talking about in general Vedic instructions, because Vedic instructions are so many,
So
but
many, yeah.
Mahabharata is like just kind of
He is speaking about essence of the Vedas. Like we will read in
essence.
Bhagavad Gita also, that
Okay.
Krishna says, Vedescha sarver ahameva vedyo. So from all the Vedas, I am to be known. That's what Krishna says,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So in Mahabharata, actually, this is what comes out, that Pandavas were, pure devotees of Krishna, and they were protected by Krishna. Their side were the winner's side. So all these things. But yes, what he means is that all the essence of Vedas you have put into Mahabharata. So that's where I was explaining that one who has realized, he can put that, he can explain that to any layman or any child also. So he is putting so many stories in Mahabharata. So that way he is explaining the essence of Vedas.
Hmm.
Like in village people, Bhakti Vinod Thakur used to write bhajans to explain the philosophy to them, because they won't read or anything. So
Okay.
through bhajans, he taught them the complete philosophy. So like that.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining. Meghna Mataji. We will see you on hopefully on Thursday, if I'm not going to any home program of Guru Maharaj. Is coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow
So
there's program, na? Mataji, I was not aware about that program at all.
yes, so
Yes.
Maharaj is arriving in Naperville area. So Rutul Prabhu, who is also part of our reading,
Hmm.
Tulsi Mataji and Rutul Prabhu, they are hosting Maharaj tomorrow, and they have put a message in our group also to
Yeah,
invite all
I
of
saw
us.
that today on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So if your time permits, please consider.
माता जी थर्सडे को तो वो शुरू हो रहा है ना रिट्रीट
हाँ, right, you're right. So Festival of Holy Name, we will be in Festival of Holy Name. Yes,
So
true.
Mataji, that is like full day event, or like full that festival of holy name? Because I was also thinking, but I don't know how much time do we need there.
No, so schedule is there, Prabhu, and how much ever
Okay.
you want, you can attend. But yeah, there is a schedule. I can share that
Schedule.
schedule with you.
Oh,
So
ठीक है
once you are
Mataji.
registered, actually, you get into a WhatsApp group also. There, all the communication related to that will be shared. But I just so that you can see and check for yourself, I can share the schedule with you.
Okay, no Mataji, I think there is. I will go check in detail. Probably there's some.
Yes, yes, sure, Prabhu.
माता जी एक क्वेश्चन है उसी के लिए मुझे
हाँ,
कि आई नो लाइक हम लोग दोनों ने पूरे उसके लिए किया है रजिस्टर बट आई थिंक वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू बी एबल टू मेक एवरी
yeah,
सेशन और हम लोग को टर्न्स भी लेने पड़ेंगे
right, right.
तो इज दैट ओके
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
ओके
मतलब ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि we have to attend each and everything. It is mainly for the association, and whichever lecture you can attend and get some benefit for yourself. And if possible, we can attend the 64 rounds day. Actually, some people do it from their home also, but it's like an environment set that all are doing 64 rounds today. So those benefits all we get through that.
ओके
So yeah. So that's totally fine. If you want to register per day, that is also fine, because that is lesser amount. Per day registration is different. So if you want, I can send those details also.
Sure, Mataji, if you can forward it, that would be.
Yeah, I'll send. Yeah, sure. So as per your convenience, you can register. Okay.
Right,
Thank you
thank you.
so much. So I
Thank
guess,
you.
yeah, I'll keep all of you posted when will we have next reading. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.